Hey collective, I hope you've been looking good, feeling good, smelling good, eating good, drinking good, thinking good thoughts, having a good time, sharing good energy with good people, in good places, doing good things. Okay, so you saw the strength card kind of popped out, and I was only going to ask, like, who is this reading for or about? And that's the Seven of Wands with that flanking up to that. It looks like somebody, and it's looking like it's more of in a perseverance standpoint on Seven of Wands versus actually going through the competition, the competitive part of it. So this may be someone who's experiencing some type of victory, like over some competition, like that they are successfully stronger. You know, and the Strength card talks about, I feel like this person just is this is the man. This is the man. This is like, yeah, this is like somebody who's very powerful. Look, this is a very powerful person. Like their manifestations, the way that they, you know, I heard take the high road, take the, I don't know, but I heard like a correction. It's like not taking the high road, it's taking my road, like the path that's meant for me. So someone is able to see that, it looks like. Wow, sees that like everything that they worked hard for is coming in this. Like this is this is what the hard work was for. This is what the, you know, connecting with one's highest self. Yeah, I was just about to say connecting with one's highest self, and then the Temperance card is right here on the bottom. Yeah, this is something that somebody's been manifesting. They didn't really know how it would, you know, turn out. I keep getting like the unicorn is this person's best friend. It's and maybe the unicorn guided them to this balanced energy. It's like angel energy. Back home. Okay. This is really interesting. Whoa, whoa. Others maybe remember this person as someone who maybe wasn't balanced. But everybody has their times in life. Yeah. Other people like remember this person being like emotionally unbalanced, emotionally unable to, you know, bring themselves balance. But I get like some people like to do their inner work like outside of everybody's vantage point as well. Yeah. It's like someone doesn't necessarily need or want other people to have this like insight to the things that like that they need to work on, like the places where they're not resilient or persistent and things like that. And I think that's decidedly so. Yeah, maybe it's not what everybody, yeah, maybe that's not what everybody, because this whole deck was in the reverse before I started to get ready to shuffle. I looked at it. Maybe the people that this person used to work with or used to get into connections with, yeah, because there's something different now. Like there's a different motivation, inspiration, if you will. This feels a lot like the title that I was gonna make of someone who's understanding and chasing, like somebody's chasing their fears is basically what's happening. Someone's chasing their fears. And for some people, like it may just be the fear and excitement of newness, right? And I had a girlfriend who was an Aquarius who said that she was like, I gotta find out if he like ketchup on his eggs or not. And I already know what this other person like. And it's like, but that's the romantic part of it, that maybe people get discouraged in. And so it's kind of like, okay, facing your fears would be to forget the past person that like ketchup on your eggs. Why is that even a factor to you? Like maybe even understanding more like what connections some people may still have. Yeah, like some younger energy. And energy can be just someone who's flighty. Like a younger energy is flighty. That's what we have kind of associated that with, not emotionally stable, right? So that may be a part of it. So because I do get a heavy energy of like, the scariness is, you know, loving someone else, like really falling into deep, passionate love and knowing that things are going to be different. And I think the fear is that it's going to be very, like the duality of the choice, the duality of the person to person. So again, and then the High Priestess energy wants to come out. You're gonna be able to feel it, is kind of what I'm getting here too. It's like you can feel it when it's not this flighty energy, because it doesn't put you in a flighty energy either. Like your heart, okay, maybe that's what I'm understanding. The heart skips beats, gets nerve guided, right? But that's going to be a lasting thing. Because I'm getting, it's like, remember I kept saying, oh, this person's always, you know, there's a unicorn. It's the unicorn is the person's best friend. And then it led them to maybe, and it was the same kind of energy, but on, as the Temperance card, right? Now it's on the High Priestess card. So it's like it went from not just being balanced, but also being like intuitively matching and comparing and matching and comparing and matching and comparing, right? Kind of feels like that energy. I'm getting something like that. Like, why am I matching and comparing this to that? And it keeps coming out. It's like, because you know there's nothing better. Like this is what puts you in the position of even this energy here is what even puts you in this energy of being in stalemate. Oh, that was the huge download. The huge download from the other day. Like, could you feel compelled to fall in love or actually find yourself in love if it were not right for you? Like if you were seeing somebody and then somebody came in and was able to capture your heart, capture your attention, capture your love, right? It's like, would you even be at a stalemate if the new thing wasn't presenting all that it is? Which I get, like maybe here is the energy of realizing like, oh, the old thing isn't, because there's a newness to this Nine of Wands. Like maybe before somebody felt like they had to defend or they had to, you know, but there's this part of understanding. Is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, it's that High Priestess. Understanding what? Like why there was so much faith in the competition. Oh, yeah, this wants to pop out. Why there was so much faith in the competition is because, like, well, you know your position already. So that's also, like, it's something about that whole, like, facing your fears. So, like, if your fear is, what else can I equate it to? You just know your fears. Like, and if you don't know your fears or you're seeing your fears, you're understanding that. But the quickness of it is that you also know the difference between your fears and other people's projection of their fears. Like it's other people's projection and fear, you know, of being homeless, of being, you know, not having, you know, this and that and the other. Those aren't your fears. Your fears are, wow, this is really going to catch me off guard, but I'll be just fine. Or wow, this has really caught me off guard and I'll be just fine. You know, it's also the kind of the energy here. right? In this page of wands, I'll be just fine, but it's new. It's new. And I keep hearing, and someone keeps wanting you to believe that it's going to be fleeting. And that's maybe the part that you're understanding, like, what is the fleeting issue behind, like, what makes me fleet? The things that I really want. What are the fears there? Like, it's almost like somebody's, I don't know. The only way I can equate it is like, have you ever dug in your belly button? Does it feel weird? Because you got to do that, right? You got to clean your belly button. So like when, I don't know, my belly button has always been sensitive, and understand that's a connection too. That's a, yeah. So it's like umbilical cord like energy too. Wow. Okay. There's something about this umbilical cord energy. There was also a heavy download of like this whole understanding of like when men talk about they want their peace, and this woman brings them peace, and that's why they're traveling out to other countries and yada, 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 right? Not everybody actually has the fairy tale story, right? But in those, the ones that do, they and their person both committed to accepting each other exactly as they were. And then they stay alongside each other as they watch each other grow. And they understand like the commitments to any new things or any, it has to be something that they're doing for themselves first. So it may not be a quick decision. I don't know. There's something about like the non-rushing is bringing in, the chariot, like the whole factor of like the piece of one of those women is, and they always call it peace, but it's like, it's the peace that exists in this person with trusting and submitting to them, which is also part of it. Yeah. Which is also a part of it that men always talk about, like, it's them, the fact that they submitted to me, they don't, I don't know. There's something about like not ever giving them a problem. Like why would I give someone a problem that I love and care for? I would want to give them, other things like good advice, or a wonderful smile, or a great big hug unexpectedly. You know what I mean? Like I want to I almost get like other people maybe can't defend what other people are after, just in general, because it's like they have yet to encounter a lot of their own fears too. It's like people are not just in fear of the past relationships that they've had, but just like the ones that also extend down into childhood. And that's why it's so important to become your own peace and see what that looks like. And I got like in the place of peace, people find their best friend, right? Wow. Yeah, it's almost kind of like maybe even the energy was supposed to look like this, is what I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe somebody expects like a damsel in distress, but really they got met with a more magnificent energy is what I keep hearing. Someone that they would want to, sit and be still with. Because they're chilling. I'm just saying, they are chilling. Yeah. That's what even set this person off on that direction, was like, I don't know, the guess of the unicorn, the potential that this could really be, you know what I mean? It's like people only try lactate because they're intolerant to milk, right? So now that you know that you're intolerant to milk, let's go ahead and get some of that lactate and see how that works out. I don't know. There's just something, sometimes, and I'm getting like somebody, I don't know, somebody is not going to age well. Ooh, yeah. Here's the reality of it. The cards can only tell you so much, right? Cards can only tell you enough about your circumstance or situation and how to get out of it if you want the help, right? That's the Queen of Cups there. Yeah, if you're acting in the right energy. And I get it's like, oh no, the love is for the money, and that's what keeps burdening somebody. Is like the fact that the past energies were all attached to this financial consideration, but here it's not that. That's also a part that the men bring up too. Like they enjoy the company and pleasure of this woman who's not, you know, buy me this bag, do this, do that. Yeah. But they also want the woman to be able to match their fly though too, right? So there's this exceptionability. Like that's that exceptional part. Babyface wrote a song. I'm hearing that in my head. Exceptional. Yeah, that might be significant. There was also that download too that I got that like yeah, the thing that keeps ruining it for this person is like somebody's out here just kind of like, I don't know, they're pretending to, like they're trying to mask love for a person when the ulterior of it is like money. Maybe that's what they were taught to engage in. Yeah. Maybe that was like the understanding was like, oh no, you always choose, you know, the money. And maybe somebody didn't see someone as they should have in the past. Like they didn't value, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what makes someone intolerant. It's because it's like, hey, I've grown. Even if we've gotten to this point and we've realized like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, I'm intolerant to this, I'm intolerant to that. And I'm not going to keep continually playing games. I get that type of energy. There was somebody who was like trying to, yeah, that's real, because it gets this person, whomever this masculine energy, it gets them out of their peace. You see what I'm saying? Like it throws this person off from being in their emperor energy, and they like being able to culminate things for themselves and create things and just, you know, have genuinely beneficial bodies around them. Like it's not even like in a, you know, physical way even. It's just kind of, yeah, it's not even like in a sense of like somebody's trying to hop into bed with anybody. I don't know where that's coming out. Okay, but I guess it's part of the reading. But it's like this person also, you know, sowed those seeds of patience is what I'm understanding. Look, I get kind of like going back and forth between different energies, understanding emotions and like solitude, need for solitude on both parties is what I'm seeing here. Okay, that's cute. Yeah. It's kind of like a best friend energy too. Because it's not like these people are yelling and screaming. It's just kind of like, well. And so again, like maybe this could even be like a new friendship. Like I've been seeing a lot of like people popping out with their best friend too. I guess it's more of like the understanding of like, I don't know, soulmates and understanding like, yeah, because remember my relative said that her and her bestie were soulmates. But again, there's this whole understanding too, like again, soulmates, I feel like they kind of retract their personal energy when they commingle, when they collaborate, when they, you know, do too many people. You know what I mean? And if the saying is as the saying is, like because the soul is the part that has no, you know, there's no protection with prophylactics. Yeah. Maybe even somebody's actually like, because the Hierophant keeps coming out, like maybe somebody's actually understanding how tradition is like created, you know, understanding like the core values, I don't know, for solidarity in their legacy that they want to leave too. Like maybe somebody's really just embarking on like an understanding of personal energy and how you can create, like really, really create, you know, create worlds for yourself. Where you like it's that chasing that fear. Chasing fears. So this is that chasing fear. And someone's learning through that, like to the deep part of it. So it's one part to be in a, it's kind of like a 7 and 8 of cups. Cause I'm seeing, that it's an 8 of Cups, but then there's also a 6 of Cups. So the one that's missing between these two is the 7 of Cups. So it's like it's seeing through the illusion as well, like being able to understand and acknowledge um one's own energy of like escapism. I just said that, right? And disappointment from fear. So it's like it's removing that part of escapism and disappointment from fear. So someone's mastered removing that from fear and replacing it with the things that are most needed, right? That were created out of lack, right? Possibly even during childhood, 6 of Cups. And that's what led to this like most powerful growth. Yeah. Hmm. This is interesting. Yeah. It's giving that balance again. I love that. Yeah. It's like maybe even getting rid of like 3 people that were coming in between. What's this? Yeah. Ooh, wow. Okay, so yeah, it's just like a game flat out. It's like, yeah, this balance is something that's been created, right? This is the Hierophant. The Temperance card has come out, peeked out. Now it's just kind of like, no, just tell a story. So of this partnership, okay? These two could just even be, it could just be 2 people starting a business together. That's what's like so like absurd, is that people, you don't have a business idea. So how you going to create a business? You don't have the ideas. So how you going to be mad at somebody who got the ideas and want to stop somebody when you don't have an idea? You don't even have an idea. And that's maybe what's helping someone understand that they'll be able to keep, you know, their money, like their, because it's the King of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles right here, yo. Yeah, putting your highest self first. Like, no. Actually is what keeps, you know, your hard work and efforts, like the things that you've worked for in your space. Like yeah. And everything that you want, you have to work hard for it, right? Yeah, that's just the truth, right? Everybody knows that, right? But there's also this clarity of like, oh, okay, of knowing where to give the offer. Because it's like, look, the first, you know, at first, maybe it seemed like it was empty because it was just the friendship, right? The co, you know, the, hey, you know, it wasn't really co-creating. So it wasn't like, oh, we're going to do business together, or, oh, we're going to, you know, go to such and such place. It may have just been like a friendship that was totally on the phone, right? And it's like, because I've had friendships like that where I've met people out, or I met them, let's say a bazillion years ago when, you know, black, was it Black Planet? Is that what it was? Yep. And Asian Avenue, those websites where you had dial up and you could only like message through AOL Messenger and stuff, and your 2-way pager. But anyway, it's like that kind of energy. Like previously, you know, the connection has always been an inspirational kind of thing where it's never been, you've not co-created in that type of way. It's like just through conversation, you've been enlightened, or, you know, in passing. Because I have those type of interactions too. It's like I'll go on my walk, and then when someone sees me that's conversed with me previously, like I keep saying previously, it's been this energy of like, oh, wow, well, the next time they see me, they have conversation. I know where they're from, you know, and I may just simply say, how are you liking our sprummer? And they're like, what? The spring summery weather that we're having, right? And it, you know, it's the innocence of, you know, the absence of even needing to be in your business. Like, where are you from? What are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. But it's the genuine capability to not require something in that cup, right? It's like, how could you, you know, I don't know. It's like, trust that I'd get over there with this, you know. I don't know. Ooh, because maybe even things have mirrored past energies too. Like there's something about the astrological signs of certain people being similar, but someone, it's kind of like, in an instance where it's like somebody may be the same exact sign. Shoot, some people may even have the same exact birthday. For some of you, like your new person and your old person, or a past person, because I can't call them an old person, because it's just like, it's just someone from your past. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be a mother, it could be a cousin, it could be an uncle, you know what I mean? If you've left those types of individuals in your past. But it's the idea and understanding like, oh, if I lost a mom, I'm getting a mom that has everything, you know, to offer, because they've already been through the process and the hard work too. Oh, okay. So there's someone accepting that knowledge and understanding. Okay. Maybe understanding like, okay, the proper way to be and respecting. Okay. There's something about someone knowing that like there's a respect because it was born out of the empty cup era. It was born where it just looked like, okay, there's nothing, you know, even in the moments of where like, oh, there's nothing, this person could still come back to this person and find them, you know, in their solidarity, ready to offer up truth and clarity and, you know, good fruit, basically. Look at these grapes. I'm just saying. Masculine, if you expecting good grapes to be fed to you, your feet rubbed. Again, some of you women don't like value the fact that like it's what the man values, just like it's what you value that should be important, right? To fulfilling this relationship. Maybe that's that whole like understanding of that too, since it's coming out here, right? Like where the emperor's head is at. Like, okay, what does establishing a good partnership look like? You know, even if it's just meant to be for business purposes, how do I enter those dynamics? Maybe that's new. Maybe there's always been a, you know, I'm going to sleep with everybody energy. So it's now it's like, okay, I want to just really do business with people because it's just a man here, right? The only time they're co-creating is in light of this confusion is what I'm understanding, like to find rest. So it's still giving that best friend. Yeah, my grandmother said something. It's like you can only have one best friend. Two. Like not two. Not like two isn't also not 200. Yeah, not, you know, that keeps you in this, right? It was like the one best friend is where I guess like the truth in communication lies. Okay. Ooh. It's really just like this new identity kind of information, like this new, because it's this Knight of Wands. I'm sorry, the Two of Wands. So it's like, that's, I said not the one, right? Not, I mean, not two. I don't know what I said, but you heard it. It's like, I don't know, that because it's giving off the strength card. Like if you didn't see it, it may be someone like exuding strength, right? And it's like exuding the strength and truth, right? That's really what I'm seeing. Like the motion of truth. You know, this person's sword is up. We don't know what the next move is after that. We just know that this person's sword is up. They have, you know, on their armor, you know, even if they get scratched, that doesn't stop them. Is the same color? Yeah, yeah. And it's the truth that kind of, I feel like it's lying right here in this King of Swords energy, right? It came through adversity. There was also the title too about the curiosity too. Like there was a huge grand curiosity around. And I think it's like it's the same as with whomever this masculine energy is. Like that maybe that person is realizing that too. It's like, well, wait a minute. I like to keep myself private and I like to like, and I've always kind of been like that, even though I'm good at, you know, being around people and hanging out, you know, I can party with the best of them kind of energy. But I've always wanted to, it's that whole peace. Like I wasn't finding peace. I was just finding, you know, a little bit of pleasure, because majority of your pleasure as a grown-up is going to come from peace, not from physicalities. It's going to come from like, yeah, look, it's going to come from peace. Like whether it's, I'm getting like whether it's on a farm or in a boardroom. You know, some men even desire to be on a farm, right? to sit around and, have their old lady and, they just hang out, even if it's a further off thing. But some people look at it like, oh, my grandma and my grandpa, because that's the last time they were able to actually see that. If their grandparents were actually able to leave them a legacy. I feel like so many grandparents these days, so many grandparents these days are in the reverse. Like they were emotionally unstable, or, you know what I mean? I see that. I mean, again, and they want to kind of like maybe even throw it off on, like, I don't know. I feel like any kind of like emotionally reversed feminine energies are being like put into their own cycle. This is the Seven of Pentacles. Like, and I'm getting like this person has to carry their own weight in this Seven of Pentacles, like during this period of patience. It's like what I'm saying here. It's like you have to, balance all of these things on your own back, and you have to watch your step too. Watch your step, because there's things down there on your path, is what I'm getting. Yeah, on this person's path to like understanding the Ten of Cups. And there's this other part too, that there are a lot of men who operate out of the same like strange for change energy, like, who just went whatever, and as long as the people that they're involved with, I always say this, are in agreement, and that goes for men or women, like no matter what the relationship is, like everybody has to be in agreement with it. Maybe that's where some people got things wrong. Look at that. Maybe that's where people got some things wrong. Maybe that's the great illusion here that just flew out. People got that wrong. I just saw that. Yeah. People, what I'm understanding is also like people also got it wrong on who could, would, and would not be able to do what, and where the real true energy resided. And it's for two reasons, but it's always this illusion. Like someone was hiding themselves, their own feelings, and this and that and the other, out here like the lone wolf, but also like in this lobster energy too, because lobsters like mate forever, right? Because they weren't certain of when the cycle and season would change and when that would evolve, for them to even want to do anything with anybody else, is what I'm understanding. So there's, like I said, that solidarity. Maybe if they thought they were trying to keep this King of Wands in a numb energy, not wanting to ever like see past his wand. And in reality, it's like, no. That's that's the most passionate part of this person. Okay. That's the most passionate part of this person, too. His money. And his manhood. Oh my goodness, this is too funny. His money and his manhood. Like, don't be disillusioned is also what I'm seeing here too. Like, don't be disillusioned. It's my money and my manhood on my mind. And I get it's because these feminine energies would also do things with masculine energies who were also in feminine energy in reverse, is what messed them all up so much. It's like none of their energy, all of their energy was distorted. Like so that's the other thing. The reason that peace exists is because another reason that peace exists for the collective, for the divine collective, divine beings, is also because, and it's just mostly giving like a self-awareness. Like they're so aware of like who they are, how they create, what they can do, this and this. Their energy. Okay, so that was the download. Like knowing that the energy vampires can only like feed off of you if you're in a negative emotion for a prolonged period. And I would say prolonged is, depends on the area of occurrence, right? But it's also like whether or not you have the caliber to not like lose yourself, whether or not you're always going back to the drawing board to like understand the energy. There was also this heavy like understanding of like rememorization, like going back and saying, okay, well, how would my life, could I have made it to the point that I was at with or without whatever person that wants to, make me feel some kind of way for, moving on. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting. Like anybody from the past, like what, I don't know, maybe understanding what part you played or what part, like how to defend the part that you didn't play. Cause it's like everybody's, if you're not in front of me, you're behind me, like with respect to this, high priestess energy and justice. Oh, wow. I can't make this up. Yeah, look, it wants to fall out like 2. So I guess maybe someone didn't expect like that their commitment. Okay, so I can't say that. Someone knew that their best commitment was to themselves, to their highest self, like at all cost. And I was explaining that to my son today. I was like, I don't believe that anybody can make a change on themselves that's lasting unless it's for themselves. Like you can commit to go into the gym with your person, but unless you really are committing in that moment, and that's why I said sometimes it takes time. Someone may just need to see you go to the gym and watch you change. And then they'd be like, oh, no. Let me go ahead and go to the gym too. You know what I mean? It just depends, right? And that's the, subtlety of love. And then maybe even that, like, it could even be that like some people don't like to work out, and just knowing that like, but your person does want you to work out. They don't want to go with you, and respecting that, saying, I want you to find it for yourself. It's like that kind of balance, like knowing when you can find the balance and knowing that, and like being accepting. So there's this huge part of acceptance too. Accepting when the balance is like the one that brings peace. That's all I can really equate it to. I get there's a heavy like pleasure sensation. And I don't feel like it's one-sided. That's the thing. It couldn't be. It can't be. It's not supposed to be. It's not. None of it is supposed to be one-sided in a healthy relationship, right? I feel like maybe that's what somebody also is afraid of, is like how balanced this is going to be. Like it's the fear of the unknown, because if you haven't really been in a healthy relationship, you don't really know, what's expected of you, but you do know at the same time. And it's kind of like, oh, wait a minute. There's this extra air of understanding that like, oh no, this is that like dynamite dynamic. It's a dynamite dynamic is what I keep hearing. So even if there's this part of physical chemistry, and I don't know, I'm getting like, there's also this excitement because they don't know how much will change, how quickly. There's also that fear too. And so maybe there's something that's needing to be dug into now. Like, okay, because sometimes when things feel good, it's like, oh, because you're used to like things not staying that way, you can get, on your running shoes is what I'm hearing. I feel like somebody's heavy in pressure's energy of like, someone is going to want someone to feel like the person that they're getting together with next is in a reverse energy, like an emotionally reverse energy. They're going to want either the feminine energy to come off as like a hookup, a one night stand to the masculine energy, or they're going to want vice versa. That's like going to be the energy. See this let me have you energy. There's also this energy of like somebody might try to like, when they finally realize that like you've moved on, like when they like, I don't know, they're going to try to send an email is what I'm hearing. Like just because they know that your email and like all your stuff comes up on your phone. But I'm getting kind of like, there's this energy of like, no. The phones were cut off. Like there's no, oh gosh, this is the way the words that are being, provided. It's like the word was penetration. I didn't really want to go there, but I get an energy of like somebody's going to try to throw it off. But what ends up happening is, even if it's somebody trying to like astral project or some crazy business like that, like what ends up happening is that the two actually go harder. It like it ends up being like, you know, the multiple rounds type of energy. It's not, I'm getting, it's like, it's not an ego, like it's in parentheses, but it's like, it also is, you know what I mean? Because it's feeling kind of like, well, how dare you, you know what I mean? From both sides, whether it's the new feminine energy or the new masculine energy that's coming into your life or that's been in your life creating this, you know, it's kind of like, how dare someone try to come and like penetrate that space, yeah, that happiness, you know what I mean? So there's this whole strength, um that is in the ego, but it's like the ego understood, like the ego, a healthy ego. Okay. Healthy ego. A healthy ego. Yeah. There's also this energy of like, you know, but I feel like this is past, this is already left, like with this ego. Yep. That's what's past is like this, I'm too afraid to talk to you, and like understanding if that was a strength or ego. Okay, so that's why that's matching up here. So maybe there's something reminiscent to 1988, or you know, something like that. Whoop! 69. Oh, this is too funny. So I feel like it goes both ways too, because the fact that the 69 is kind of coming out in two different cards, it's like, please give me my time, give me time. I've never felt this way before, right? And I don't feel like that's the like this is saying like, oh, this is not coming together. It's like, no, when we get together, like give me the time while we're together to actually, like, love is the answer, right? If love is the answer, give me the time. Give me the time, right? When we start this new thing, right? To be able to work through any illusions with you. That's what I'm getting here. Because both sides have a lot of options, so it's almost kind of like as soon as it's kind of given like this, okay, maybe there's a 1996. Yeah, there's this like everybody's gonna see you. And it's weird because it's like, I don't know. It's like everywhere you go, you fresh meat. That's just what I'm getting. I'm sorry, I'm just equating it back to like the energy that I was in. And okay, we were at like, we were out, man. We were having a good time, right? You know, maybe, I don't know. Maybe somebody, I don't know. We were at pajama parties and all kinds of stuff, and we were wild. Listen, YOLO. Yeah. Because I'm getting like, people are always constantly maybe going to always try to look at you. This is the funny part about guys. They worry, and maybe someone's maybe someone's understanding the truth though, because it's coming out like the Ace of Swords again. Like, yeah, definitely people are always going to try to come towards, you know, your person, like people who wouldn't, right? That's just kind of inevitable, right? But it's like, no one, it's still that comparison. Ooh. Okay, so the comparison is moving it into this. It's like the people never come up in the upright. They always are emotionally unbalanced. They're always giving off Queen of Cups. So maybe that's also what's on both parties' side, is that everybody else, like when you look at them spiritually, when you and your person look at other people spiritually, the reason why it keeps coming back to you, and it's in this 69, right? 96 energy, right? Is this, and I'm also getting like, that's why they only want 169. Oh my gosh. And it's like, you know, from 6 to 88, I don't know, there's this energy of like this childhood energy too, of like someone, you know, if you go back throughout your childhood, like what was the type of person, like maybe it's that kind of like homecoming. It's like, it's the same sweet innocent energy that you sought out, and like really innocent energies, like when life was just brand new to you, right? And oh yeah, I got this as a download too. Like there's this energy of intoxicating. So you two are intoxicating. to each other. And I don't know if you've ever been in an energy that's felt intoxicating before, but the last time I ever like had a vivid understanding of it is we went to a buffet. I think it was Golden Corral or something like that for one of my great grandmother's birthdays, right? Nana's birthday. And everybody was there, and they don't serve no liquor at Golden Corral, and didn't nobody bring that in. I didn't smoke that day. Like, it was just a good day, right? Because I think we had went to church earlier. And we went to go to the Golden Corral afterwards or wherever, however it works out. It was just like, it felt like there was alcohol involved. It felt like a tipsy moment. It felt intoxicating, right? Not inebriating, but intoxicating, right? So that's also kind of what I'm understanding too, is a part of the energy. It's an intoxicating type of connection. It's an intoxicating, presence. Ooh, yep. 1515. Yep. This is something that both of you want to do too. Like, I don't know, is there no inhibitions. That's the other eye, because I was like inebriated, intoxicated, inhibitions. So there's this energy of like, even if nothing is induced, the inhibitions won't be there. Like, you guys won't, that's coming out over here. The inhibitions won't be present. That's just an illusion is what I'm hearing. Like, there will be no inhibitions to proceed in whatever way you guys feel correct at each and every moment. Maybe someone's wondering too, like, well, can I actually invest in this person? Should I, because I work hard for my money and all of this other stuff. And it's like, yeah. But I also feel like, I don't know. In some cultures, maybe they do, take people out to drink and, drink with each other. Like, that's what happy hour was kind of created on itself, right? So if we could even just bring it to American culture, right? Doesn't necessarily have to go outside of, anywhere. And I get like there are people who, that you don't care about. They're wrong right now. Maybe again, this person has been recently seen wearing red. Maybe they're pressing out this energy of like, think before you speak and think before you act. And because they want you to be indecisive. Again, they want you to, misconstrue. They want you to, be in this, strength of the ego and like be teeter-tottering between it being your ego and being afraid. But it's like, what is your fear? Like, maybe you dug behind, like, what is the fear within my ego, right? I think so, yes. What is the fear that lies with this ego that I can't resolve, right? Is it because emotionally I'll have connected with someone again? Well, what is the fear of that? Because isn't emotionally connecting with someone and being able to create in a partnership good, right? A part of life is like, you don't know till you know, right? Because it's all been that way, right? This person also wants you to be in this too afraid because they want you to think that you or your person is in this energy. You guys have so many choices and so many options, and why would I be committed, and but I don't feel like that's something that either one of you fear with each other. So there's that whole separation of like, those are their fears. Like, those are the fears that they have. They have a fear of me and my person, not being able to overcome this, right? And be in this. Like, they want you to be so afraid of, doing bad things with your person. Like, but then on a level where it's matching up, it's like, oh, so you're going to go out and drink with this person, but you don't drink. And it's like, they want you to just be afraid of everything, or I don't know. They also want you to like, feel like, oh, I need to wait. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. This is funny. They want you to be, they want the divine masculine afraid to be whipped. Well, I think that he is. I don't feel like he feels like it's not of being whipped. Like the energy is not like, I'm not afraid of being whipped. So that's not a fear. It's not a fear of the quickness of it either. What is it? I literally just split the deck. It was like no, and I was like, okay, no, and it was like, it's this. Okay. Okay. That connection. Okay. Ooh. I think it's giving up on like all of the concerns that lie behind fear too. It's like the ones outside of you, the ones inside of you, the ones that you were potentially being either projected on about or not having clarity of like, okay, this is actually a fear from your past because of your past experience versus is this a real fear of where I am right now, right? I just was shuffling. Yeah, it's right here. Wow. Maybe just even knowing if like, I don't know, I get someone's like, I don't know. It's like the push away after. It's funny because it's like someone's there. That physical pleasure, this right here, this 15 is the biggest one. That's why this person sits in this energy too. Because it's like, like this person wants to know, like how far can they go? Is the kind of energy that I'm getting here. Like, I'm open to compromise too. Like, if you don't like this, I'm fine with that. Yeah. Yeah. Everything keeps coming back to this like, wow. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's the whole like okay, so maybe there's a small difference here. But what I'm understanding the difference is like how the solitude, how the moment of solitude, like give me more time, like you know, before I can get to those feelings kind of thing. It's like that whole period of like abstaining and not, you know, being physical or having any type of physical ejaculation is my understanding, like just to, like it's the semen retention energy is what I'm getting here. So like in this process of semen retention, it's also kind of been like, well, are you going to handle me correctly? Like maybe that's another part of it, because it was like, oh, I don't want to keep, you know, I found, you know, a lot of, I guess like this person found a lot of creative ability, like endurance is what I'm understanding. And it's kind of like, ooh, I don't want that to leave me, you know, because there's also a sense of like not of wanting to kind of keep whatever they got going, right? And know that like everything's gonna always be, you know, on the up and up. Yeah. Because it's here, it's like I am manifesting you, and then it's like the one wand energy too. It's like going through those emotions. It's like maybe this person wants you to be in an energy of choosing. Maybe they maybe this person is just concerned, like, are you like, maybe this person's concern is just like, do you like, are you comfortable with like so much of this sexual energy in a connection? It's like, yeah, like why wouldn't I be? I don't know, that's what I'm getting, like why wouldn't I be? I don't know, that's what I'm hearing is like there. It's like, I don't know, I guess from one side of the coin there's this energy of it's like, well, yeah, maybe, because it's like, are you gonna like me? Like, is it going to be everything that we thought it is? Like, if these people haven't you know, if they've like just only been talking on the phone and they haven't really, you know, hooked up like that, but they've had, you know, some type of, you know, enough conversation, enough communication that it has some depth to it. And I'm just getting like the depth to it, like even if it's just for business, but with all the sex out on the table, I feel like there's this maybe energy, like maybe it is more than that. Maybe that's also like somebody's way of being coy. I keep hearing this like this song, Can't Keep My Eyes Off of You. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be so like it's gonna be Simply Irresistible is the song that came out. Simply Irresistible. Someone may just want to know, like, are you even like, you really into this? It's so funny. Wow. This is so funny to me. Like, you're really into this? Like, you're into this, like, I can come through, I can drop you off a couple of, and you actually, I don't know, there's like, you'll be comfortable with not knowing. Like, I might, if I could go back to this or that or the other. Maybe that's something here, like maybe why the person feels like, oh, I have to use this, like I got to get you drunk, like, you know, I don't know. And it's not even all that. It's like there's this intoxication of mutual, I don't know, looking good, feeling good, smelling good, eating good, drinking good, thinking good thoughts. It's kind of like that type of energy. Yeah. And I ain't even gonna say be careful if you have sex. Like if this is something that leads to sex, like be careful. Like I can't even say that because you know what happens when you have sex with people. It's all a risk, right? Look, let me have you. I'm afraid to talk. I just feel like somebody might just come in and I don't know. I had to have you like download an energy of like, you know, doing it in the car too. Like there was this energy of that too. Yeah. Yeah. Like this person may be like, yeah, I don't know. There may just be like in a warm embrace, you know, to say, you know, good night. Like, here, give me a hug. Like that's what I get from like this let me hold you. Like it could be as innocent as like, here, give me a hug. Like, cause you know how you do when you finish hanging out. You know, if you go up to your boy, y'all dap and, you know, do your hand. But if it's somebody you know, you might give them a quick, you know, hug and pat on the back or whatever. It might be as innocent of like that. And it just becomes something like, ugh, like feels nice. What's this? Velvet? This feels nice. It's like, oh no, like I can't move. There was also an energy of a hermetic seal too, like, whew. Yeah, it's in that I miss you energy. Like if you and your person, like if you're just sort of like, I don't know, their person is away at work or whatever, or something like that. It's like this hermetic seal. Like they know that you miss them. Even if you say nah, it's like giving like, you're right. Because it's like, yeah, because it's like you're just constantly on this like, you know, like happiness is, you know what I mean? Like no one's worried about what's in the past. Like who doesn't like, you know, whatever. Oh, this is so funny. This is so funny. Somebody is so concerned. Like, are you going to like, if I don't know, they want you to be like, or your person to be afraid that like it ends up being a one night stand. And some people are like, well, I accept that. Like, if that's what turns out from the first time I engage with somebody, then that's just the first, like, yeah, let's, I'll use that as the first time. Oh, damn. It's like, it is what it is. I don't know. There's this energy of like, yeah, it's almost kind of like you already know because that is what came here. Like, and this one wanted to come out with it too. So maybe somebody is going to have twins too in this energy. Maybe, you know, you already know. Like, it's going to be twins. because I got the twins from like this pink and this blue energy, like very special twins. Maybe they're gonna be born, on the 21st. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of projection too. That's kind of, I don't know. I feel like the trash is taking itself out. It's because I hear that garbage truck in the background. Yeah, the trash is taking itself out. Yeah, understanding. I'm guessing, like, what about this love and sex that scares the other person? Maybe that's the fear. Oh wow, it's the captivatingness of it too. It's like, oh, I've heard it's captivating. Oh, I heard, yeah, it's like all this, like, I don't know. I'm slightly getting like an Erykah Baduism, like what they say about her or whatever. And I feel like that person isn't afraid of that either. Like, there's a difference in the feeling of spell work. You know what I mean? Love spells. I only say that because I know when people are trying to put them on me, it like makes my energy, like, it's like you can feel it pulling. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to reach me? Nah. Like, especially not this way. And don't call my phone. Don't email me. Like, I don't know. So again, there's also that too. Like, something that could totally erase, all the other past memories and feelings of, like, that even if somebody, like, that's what I'm getting too. Oh, wow. So maybe that's the fear that this person has too, is like, oh, wow. Like, their biggest fear was about this love is that once they got physical with you, that they would, you know what I mean? Like, that's that. But I feel like it is a fear because they wanted it to happen though. Like, they want, like, even though the love scared them, they understood and dug into this part of, like, oh, wait a minute. But, am I really loving me if I don't, embrace a love that might, seem scary because it's new and different. It's a different type of relationship because it's healthy, because I'm healthy, because I'm approaching it from a different set of eyes, right? From a different truth, from a different understanding of who I am. And I'm comfortable in the fact that, like, oh, okay, finding something that I wouldn't want to let go. That was my fear too. That's why I found this. A part of my fear is that I would find something that I would be concerned about if other people are looking at you. Like, I don't know why that keeps standing out. Maybe because, oh, okay, that's another thing too. Like, some of you guys may start to find, like, some past people are just, like, popping up in your, like, how, like, you can see, like, who's been looking you up, and you're like, well, how are you looking me up? It's just weird. It's just some weirdness like that. Like, I don't know. I feel like one of my exes got locked out of his Instagram or some shit like that. Probably in some drama with somebody, like usual, right? And I got a new one. Now let me go look. No. And this is that person. The only reason why I'm bringing up that person is because that had recently happened. And I get it's that type of energy, like, where this person admitted to me, like, I got to worry about all day if the people are looking at you and, like, what you're doing. And it's like, that means you don't trust me. That's not something that lives here, though. This person does trust you. So that's also a fear that this person has gotten through with this love being scary. It's like, because they know they couldn't trust the people in the past. They know that they can trust you because they're making healthy decisions on choosing people who are trustworthy. You know what I mean? And at any cost, it's like, well, how do you get yourself into an untrustworthy position? Like, what kind of you in? You feel me? It's like, what kind of the bad things was supposed to be here? Like, we supposed to do them together, not separate. So that's also the energy too, is understanding and knowing, like, okay, because this person does the bad things with me, but, like, not the bad things. Like, I'm also hearing this energy of, like, I was just understanding, like, that. Unbeknownst to us, right? We don't know who have extra people in their bedroom, to be perfectly honest, right? I ain't watching nobody, right? None of us really are. And it was funny to me because I see Iman Shumpert, and I love this woman's body too. She has a beautiful body. Tiana Taylor, okay. That is like, they were talking about, it's on RRG, and they were just talking about, like, the psychology of what's playing out right now. I feel like she and Cardi are kind of in similar phases, maybe even, where, I don't know, I'm not gonna get into that. But it's that kind of like energy as well. There's a lot of like things that have been broken out of, like mindsets and fears. So that's what I'm understanding. Like, it was something about like 72, like there's 72 demons, and if I took 72 months to do this, then I didn't get, I don't know, there's something about that. I don't know, there's something about that. Oh, okay, so I was saying there's two sides to every coin. So somebody may, in this energy, may have been with their karmic last. So that may have been the last person that they were with, was their karmic, like their toughest karmic or something like that. And the other person who was on a different journey, right? Because they didn't start this together, they just met along it, right? The other person that's in that type of energy, like I'm old and saving all my love for you kind of energy, that person that person did it differently. Like they didn't end on their karmic. Like they wasn't gonna let the karmic be the reason that they never, you know what I mean? Like, hold on, before we close this up, because it might be hard to, the hermetic seal energy, it might be hard for me to really open up again. Hoo-wee. It might be really hard for me to open up again after I've done all this work, because that's why a lot of women do find themselves not in an energy of wanting this, right? You know, we're seeing these lavender relationships. I'm not saying that women in lavender relationships aren't out doing that, but I'm just saying. But anyway, there's this energy of like, I couldn't let somebody else have that control over how I felt about my own self-control, and that I wasn't feeling, you know, it's also kind of going through and exerting energies of like knowing that I'm not, you know, a little twat, a little twit, a little, you know, little scallywag, like hot pocket, like understanding self enough to say, no, I can make conscious decisions and do things with people that respect me. And that's what, you know, the other side of the coin is. It's like somebody was just with their karmic, so it still just falls the same. Someone was with someone who doesn't reside in karmic energy, okay? And it was based off of the same friendship. There we go. Okay. And that's the only reason why it's coming up right now, is because it was based off of the same like gentle friendship energy. It was like, okay, I know that this is just this, right? But, you know, like, could I see myself, you know, establishing and growing? Like maybe that's what the energy that the person who chose their last person and wasn't just with the karmic, you know, out of convenience, you know, a convenience friend, maybe that's what they actually chose. So that's why it worked out. So, you know, to feel so differently, like it felt much more pure going into the level of purity, because the last person that you were connected to wasn't an impure person, wasn't a karmic energy. You know what I mean? It wasn't somebody that you had to do this with. It wasn't somebody where it was like, okay, no, I know I love you because we're friends. We've been here before. So maybe that's the thing too. Like maybe the person that, you know, the karmic, which is somebody you know from before, but the other side of the coin is that the person who did it with somebody that wasn't a karmic, it was an old friend. So that's why the friendship energy was like most prevalent when the two dynamics actually started talking to each other, and that's why there's this heavy like best friend energy too, is what I'm understanding. Okay, this like wants to overpower this. There's just so much. Okay, that's wow. And in that moment, maybe this person, like maybe you guys were manifesting each other and you didn't know it too. Like, cause you have to have a desire or a need or something like that to, well, not necessarily, right? You can happen upon a friend, but you probably have a need for that friendship though, right? Otherwise you might pass it by. So that's also going back into that energy of like, could you have even started something new with somebody else that would, you know, have you in a conflicted energy of like, do I stay or do I go? If that person wasn't ultimately right for you, like you wouldn't have even been able to see, like if you were with your person, you wouldn't be able to see the shine of someone else to potentially be for you. That's the thing. Like you wouldn't get confused if you weren't already confused. Like if you were certain about your person, you wouldn't be in an energy of confusion. You and your person wouldn't have even been like, I don't know, like a past person wouldn't have even been on the outs, is what I'm understanding. Like it would have already have been working out with you and any past people. Yeah, if it was supposed to. There's this, you know, not everybody can be somebody else's hero. Like some women just cannot be with certain men because they would never submit, they would never do this, and they never do this, and they would never do that, right? And where it's you and your person are in energy remarkably so, like towards each other, like whatever you want, like what do you want? Because I'm with it, like let's talk about it. Like I feel like there was a part of it too, is like the curiosity. It's like the curiosity of getting to know someone is not, it's like it's so pure. It's so pure. And it's like something about like when things happen out of a pure space, when things happen out of a pure place, when things happen out of a pure, you know, mindset. Yeah, okay, because that Nine of Swords was coming out, right? A pure understanding. It creates things, you know, so many things, right? No matter how much it excites you or how much you like, you know, it's kind of like the fear. Like, would you be afraid of, I don't know, I feel like that whole conquering fear, like facing all of it helps you to dig deep. Like I was saying, like showing the examples of like digging deep until the like, okay, no, you know, the psychoanalyzation of oneself to say that before I actually close up shop, I'm going to have a healthy sexual experience so that I'm not afraid in an environment that feels safe, that feels like what I know real love to be like. And it doesn't have to be on like, oh, you're my, no, it could just be like, oh no, I know that I could trust you. I know that we could be together on this type of energy and that there wouldn't be a problem. And it's like, it's not going to be all crazy. And like, I'm not going to have no drama with you. Like, it was just like a mutual respectful thing, like friends, right? Who don't, you know, you guys don't get in each other's way is what I'm hearing. Yeah. Because the other people had you like thinking, you know, like we got to go to therapy to get this part right. Like, I don't know, like, can't you just use your brain? And it's like, but there's also like, okay, in this new relationship, there is the like, we're using our brain, but essentially we don't know each other yet. So there's this this fear of like I said earlier, overcoming the fear of like, well, is there room to get to know? You know what I mean? Is there room? And it's like, yeah, because happiness is the priority on both ends of this, right? And there's also, and like that's, I'm getting like, there's this Seven of Pentacles, like, let me have you. You know, it's also that part too. That again, it starts out in this seven though. It's like, let me have you, let me hold you, right? It starts out right there, just like, oh, okay, like just an innocent cup, right? With this one pentacle, like it could just be even like, hey, let's meet up, you know, face to face, right? Hey, let's meet up face to face, or hey, you know, can I, you know, can I get your number and text you? Like, I don't know. It could be that easy too, but I'm getting, it's like, it's taking a new course. Like it's getting out of one lane and into another. Wow. Yeah, because this person does see you as that Ten of Cups, like I said, because I just was shuffling and split the deck. Okay. Anything else here? This has been long but good. This is like a longy but goodie. I'm telling you, there's a lot of that energy out here. There's a lot of that energy out here. Yeah, and the truth is this person doesn't want to lose you either. Like the truth is that this person doesn't want to lose you either. And that like that they will listen to their heart if you need more time on that. Wow. Okay. Like even if they, you know, they come in for a kiss and you're not ready for that, they'll understand. They'll understand if you need more time. Like even if you're able to let them hold you, like you may be like okay, well, let's sit and watch, look at the stars under the mountains all night, you know, and hug and talk and, you know, be close and intimate. You know, this person's like, where are we gonna go? Where you want to go? But I don't feel like there's this energy of like, because it went under here, it's like getting to the root of understanding that healthiness of a physical relationship and understanding like your boundaries are your boundaries. They don't belong to other people. It just feels like someone's like ready to give too. Like someone's ready to give, like, yes, if you need more time, you know, because you matter, right? Again, and so this, every time that instance happens, this person, like, it gives them this like excitement. Yeah, they're so excited and they're like, dang. It's almost kind of like someone feeling like, okay, I don't have all the answers, right? There's also this feeling of like, oh, I'm gonna want there's a fear of wanting to always be with their person, like always wanting to, like, I don't know, maybe even do it. Ooh. That's what I'm getting too. And like, is your person going to be comfortable like with that? Like if you're out of town on business and they reach out, like, yeah, that's what I'm getting here too. Like reach out and they're like, well, can't you just fly here for 2 days? And like, let me ravish you and then you go back home. They're going to be wondering if like, if you feel like they only feel like you're there for that. Even if they're like not, you know, like it's just, I don't know, it's something about it. It's something about it. Maybe that's also part that like lets this person know that like, yeah, because these two came out. I feel the same way because I was looking at the I want to start a family with you, and I was like, well, is it that they're concerned about that? Because again, like you have to understand, Sukihana already told you, ladies, you could get a morning after pill. It's good for how many days? I don't know. Read the back of that box. It's on the website too, so you can just go there and check it out. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't feel like that's even a real conversation though here. Like I feel like there are real feelings in this. Maybe there's something here about this love scares me. There's something about the future part. Maybe there's this, okay, so what, oh, okay, here it is. Because I was like, well, what is it? Because I was thinking 4 and 3 and 7, 4 and 3 and 7. Okay, it's this, that I don't want to lose you. Don't want to lose your love. Yeah, they don't want to lose you. They don't want to lose you to, like, their apprehensiveness. Maybe they're concerned about overcoming all of their fears. Maybe there's something about this, like being more selfish. That was part, again, the conversation I was having with my son. I was like, you do have to, like, again, the only change that you can make is for you to have healthy relationships with everybody, you know, whether it be with this person that, you know, you may have had your eye on over there, or for just you, regardless of those relationships. Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm understanding too is, maybe there's this energy of like where both of you can seem pretty aloof to the other, and it's not that there is any, it's like it's a projection that may stem in because both of you are very comfortable being by yourselves. That's the part of this love that scares, is like, am I leaving them alone too long? Like that may be a part, like, am I going to be able to do enough from a distance? Am I going to be able to, you know, fly them out? You know, people are going to talk, so this gossip is coming out. Maybe people are saying now is not the time, you know, because you don't have all the answers. Who does? Who does? Right? That's the whole part of it too. I think that's a part of the fear that maybe this person is digging into now. Like, okay, what is it about, you know, other people seeing you? And I don't know why that weirdo showed up. There were quite a few people. Then there was someone else who was like, it was their mental instability. And it was like, after, you know, hanging out for a weekend, it was like, this person is not well. Like they just, he was just not well. Like I was at his place for like the whole weekend, right? And like this weirdo, like he was just so weird. Like he left me there by myself most of the time, but it was fine because I knew he had to work. So I was just kind of chilling, watching TV or whatever. And so I decided to like clean up. So he had a sofa that was like all, you know, pillows. And so I fluffed the pillows, of course. And then there were some, you know, some of those feathers that come out sometimes. So I vacuumed the floor. I guess he was saving a section of them feathers that was behind the sofa. Like those was memorabilia, and I don't know. And I was just kind of like, yeah, if that's the kind of stuff that like ticks you, you're not for me. So maybe there's that type of energy in the past too, where it's like, I don't want to become mentally unstable, or I don't want to be with someone who's mentally unstable and I don't find out until it's too late. That's funny too. And I'm not laughing. Like, I'm laughing because it was like, I was so glad that I found out. He also had like a problem with the word trigger, and he was like, well, my therapist. And I was like, you need to go back. Who is paying for that? Your dad? You need to call dad. Tell him, we gotta go back. They did not finish. So that may also be something that in the past, when you felt that from other people, or your person felt that from other people, they became fearful of losing their person, right? And it's like, well, you know, sometimes you wonder if you care. Like maybe when they heard that from their past people, and maybe if that comes up or something like that, or maybe it's gonna, I'm thinking it's just like the aloofness. Like it's the masculine wondering if like, oh, do they think I'm just, you know, using them for this or that and the other? And then on the feminine side, it's kind of the opposite of like that. Oh, is it, you know, are they feeling like, you know, that they can do that? Like just use me for this. It's like someone, it feels very projection-y. It feels very projection-y. But I get where the energy is coming from, because at the underlying part of it is like, oh, this person is comfortable without calling me constantly. Why? And it sparks a fear because, you know, that's how codependency works. But neither one of you are codependent. So that's why you behave that way. If you called your person, they wouldn't be like avoiding you and trying to like, it's not no games. Like, I don't feel like there's no games being played. So that may play into this energy of like, I don't want to lose you. And sometimes I wonder if you care. This love scares me when they get into these different energies. Okay. But I guess their understanding, or that may be the thing. It's like, there's no codependency. Yep. Look, I'm ready. There's no codependency. So someone who's not codependent is able to have your back when they're away from you, is able to, you know, not get caught up sleeping with somebody just because you was out of town for 2 months. You know what I mean? I don't know. And that's what puts you guys in this, look, it's the star, the I'm ready, and the lovers. That's what puts you into this. And it's like, yeah, everybody realizes, I don't know, maybe there's some energy around that feels like, oh, well, gossip will get them. It's like, will it? Because there was gossip before it became what it is right now, right? It was gossip, you know, it was other people's gossips about their own fears. Oh, this person is going to be back, or oh, this person cheats on everybody, or oh, this person just sleeps around, or oh, like whatever the gossip, you know. Indeed, it did hurt to have to acknowledge, like, okay, is this me, or is this a projection? Is this a projection of a past experience? Is this a projection of someone else's feelings right now, or someone else's fears? Is this a projection of, you know, how I've, you know, what I've grown accustomed to? Just, you know, all kinds of things. Is this a projection of like my imagination, you know, but it's created out of an illusion? Like this whole ego and fear, right? Wow. Yeah, so I feel like there was a heavy energy of that has been diminished. Like this whole terrified energy, the cold feet. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, so you're right too. Yeah, nice. So there's this energy of cold feet that's getting, I don't know, warmed up. Yeah. But I feel like it's appropriate. Like that's what happens, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was inevitable is what I'm understanding. Because you have to be, yep, you're right. I'm ready. You're right. Yeah, because you have to be in the right energy, right? Yay, somebody really wants to project something. Some jealous person wants to project this, like, you're wrong. Like somebody will be yelling at my reading. That's too bad. Well, because these two people want each other all the time. It's like, I could be your hero, baby. Yeah. This is beautiful. I feel like this is two people being comfortable to know what their boundaries are, but also like know like when it's an inhibition, like something that keeps you away from something that you really want, like, or if it's a distraction, or if it's a this, or if it's a that. This is beautiful. This is really beautiful. Knowing, like, just this is like a certainty of self. Yeah. Knowing. Wow. Ooh. And I saw You Matter in here. That was a download too. I might use that as a thumbnail for this, but like there was a download of like a man's happiness is important too. Right? So yeah. Maybe there's also an understanding of like not listening to wrongful advice too, like knowing the difference between that, not worrying about what other people think because that's not your problem. It's kind of like, what do you think of you? What do you think of you? Wow. Look, it's coming out here. It's like one more step to the 69, right? The reach out part. That's too funny. I am absolutely in love with you. Reach out. I miss you. Do you? Yeah. Nice. Nice. I get like there's somebody who just wants the space and time to get to know you and, you know, have the conversations and, you know, whatever happens, happens. And it's not, you know, it's not a flighty energy. It's not a fussy energy. It's not a, you know, you're always thinking before you act, right? But that's the thing. You're thinking before you act. You're not listening to wrongful advice. Yeah. Nice. I like this. I like this. Okay. Hope that this has been helpful and insightful in some way, shape, or form, and I will catch you on the next one. This is something funny. Yep. So maybe this is a part of the fear that's is helping the divine masculine be ready too, is like understanding that he does matter, and like the fact that he places that physical relationship so high that that's going to have to be, you know, high on the scale of like, you know, from masculine to feminine. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like, and it's because this feminine energy is fulfilled by this masculine. Like it's a genuine love, like it's a pure love, right? Yep, that's why maybe there's this intense feeling of like, I don't know. Because I get an energy of like, if you're already with your person, like people have reached out, like, or tried to reach out or tried to astral project when you and your person were getting it in, and they got met with some like, I don't know, some real, woo. It's like, I don't know, it made you guys go even harder. You know, it made you guys go even harder. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. All right. I hope that this has been helpful and insightful in some way, shape, or form. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.